I really like this one, actually. I think this one might be a new favorite.
See, I like this guy right here. He knows what he's talking about.
Well, I like it because the flavor changes.
Why do you have to overshadow him? Like,
I'm agreeing.
Well, I love it.
taking his thunder.
They just like to copy me, is what it is.
All right, tell them why you like it.
Older brother, you know.
What do you like specifically about it, huh?
I just like how it starts off peppery and then it mellows out to like a sweetness.
Okay.
So it changes the flavor and keeps you interested throughout the cigar.
Sibling Wars live.
You guys are about to see a fight.
Your move.
So I like how the complexity of the cigar. How you get notes of pepper with the touch of cream on it, and then towards the middle it smoothens out.
So you're saying the same thing he did, you're just adding bigger words.
You are tuning in to the Cigar Guys podcast, where aficionados and newcomers alike gather to explore the vast cigar universe. Meet your host, Alexander Gonzalez, Mark Nikolai, his big little brother Zachary Nikolai, and Jared Burrows. So sit back, light up, and let's get the conversation started.
Alrighty then.
Hey, Jared, how you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good.
All right, thank you for tuning into another episode of the Cigar Guys podcast. We are here with the usual suspects, Jared, who is off camera currently, Mark Nikolai to my left, and then we have Zachary Nikolai, diagonal left from me, and then we have our special guest for the podcast, Willy from La Aurora Cigars, is back in action. How you doing, buddy?
¿Cómo está todo?
Bien, bien.
Oh, you see, you've been practicing your Spanish. I like that.
Yes.
I am great. It's great to be back. A lot has changed since I've been here.
We're always adapting, always evolving.
You guys were on time, you know?
I think that's the biggest thing that's changed.
You guys are,
sure.
you got a book?
That's what you should be most shocked
You're
about.
published, you know? Like,
Published
you're big
writers.
time. Got all these rules.
Yeah, we're a big deal now. So
I see that.
Next time you come, there's going to be like a director, a producer standing there, like making sure we're doing it. It's gonna, yeah, I know.
There goes the fun of
That's
this.
what happens.
I
That's
know,
what happens
yeah,
when
yeah.
you make it big.
Can you not talk about our setup on air either? Yeah, that's another rule.
that's another way.
So, anyways, there goes that.
But we are here. I forgot. Do you want to drink?
No, thank you.
Okay, cool.
I no longer drink anymore.
Okay, not a bad thing.
No.
You drink Starbucks though, so. Oh wait, that's not Starbucks.
It's
Okay,
Foxtail.
That-
See, I got
that-
it this time.
That might be worse.
I don't consume alcohol anymore. It does not do my body well. And, you know, onward. But more for you guys. I see you got some Angel's Envy, some Old Forester. Like, hey.
I was thinking about it. I totally forgot the glasses though, so I think I'm just gonna not.
Didn't
drink
we
it.
have this problem last time? You couldn't find, like, clean glasses?
Some things don't change.
I see that.
We're still working on some stuff, you know.
We-
So you
we
got all
didn't
these
achieve
rules,
that.
but nothing about clean glassware for beverages.
Well,
Correct.
we're currently hiring a team for it.
They are clean. They're just not on the table.
All right. Well, it's always something new, you know? Fun and exciting.
But we got Willy's here to talk about specifically a new cigar that La Aurora has released. And maybe we'll talk about some other stuff, maybe a little PCA recap. I know you absolutely loved being a PCA, so.
I love Vegas. Wonk, wonk.
Well, you did PCA and then you got, what is it, the Big Smoke right after, too? I mean, basically 2 weeks after.
I haven't stopped. And
Yeah.
that's the story of my life. But here we are. Let's get into PCA. PCA was fun. It's 4 days in the desert, you know, of dryness and nosebleeds, and you know, we released 2 limited editions this year. So we had our biannual Puro Vintage, a cigar that I know you're going to love because Manuel and Guillermo are very particular with their tobacco, and for that specific cigar, they pick the best crops from different regions, and they age it. So all the crop used in that specific cigar is since 2009. So it's 14 years age tobacco.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then we also relieve our horse dodge that you've had before. So that's our every year release. So that should be hitting the stores in the next 2 to 3 weeks, give or take. So obviously a early summer doozy
Okay.
and stuff like that. 120 still going strong. We had our 120 limited edition that I think you've had a few or not. That was a kick butt project. I still have people asking me, can we get more?
Didn't we smoke that last time?
You had the regular 120.
He's talking about that one in the cool
Tubo.
case.
Oh,
You can find
I'm sure
those.
I had that before though.
Yeah, we debated buying one the other day, just because we wanted the case.
It's a sick case.
It's pretty cool.
And then today here, what we are sampling and we'll dive into in a little bit is our La Aurora DNA for you guys. ADN is as is reserved, so it's one of the few cigars that have Andullo, and ours actually has long filler in it, and we'll dive into it and stuff like that.
Okay.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good, man.
I seen you guys everywhere. You know,
We're trying.
I hear you're up for like influencer of the year in Orlando.
I would believe it, actually.
Yeah. So one
For
thing,
sure, like Mary.
one thing that's great that we've been popping off is we have a reservation 24/7 at any restaurant
What?
in Florida. Yeah, we could go to any restaurant; they'll have a table reserved for us.
That's what's up.
Yeah. So if you ever need a table anywhere,
Where are you
say
taking
you're
me
the-
after?
The Cigar Guys.
Where are you
wherever.
taking me?
Where you want to go?
What's today?
Grafton
Wednesday?
Street.
I was nice in Winter Park.
Hey, I'll
I
go
knew,
to
I knew you
I'll
was going
go
to say
to
something fancy.
I was
Zach
nice.
will take you. I'm going to stay home.
Dude, they got these like potato fry things. They're amazing.
They have a great grilled octopus too.
Oh, I didn't try the octopus. You know, maybe we are going after this.
Sold.
Yeah, their fish that they put on fire.
Oh yeah, with the salt and all.
Yeah, that was good too.
I actually want to try to make my fish like that at home. I thought it'd be cool, just covered
Yeah.
in salt and then flambe it.
It comes out amazing.
You've done it?
So we've never caught it on fire, but we cooked it in salt in like the pizza ovens, and like it just seals in the moisture.
There'll be a follow up video that I'll send you.
Yeah,
We'll see how it
absolutely.
goes. Hopefully, I don't burn my kitchen.
I haven't been to Ava yet, so.
What?
I know I haven't, yeah. Zach's been begging me to go.
You're fired. That's
Okay.
Thank God.
We're getting ready. All right, Jared, you're coming in. So
I'm definitely going to Ava, but I'm shocked you haven't been there.
I know. I try to keep this like rich boy persona going, but people
But
are
you
starting
mean
to
Zach
find
hasn't
out.
taken you there personally?
That's a good point.
I have not.
Bad friend. Bad coworker.
This guy gets engaged. He doesn't want to go out anywhere.
Oh,
Damn.
not going near that one.
That's just because of
Back
the
on
money.
topic. PCA.
So PCA was great.
Okay, yeah.
Is this the first time any of you guys having the ADN?
This is my first time.
Yeah, this is my.
I
first
had
time
one.
also.
You gave me a smaller one.
Yes.
That one was much spicier, and I don't know if it was just me or if it was.
It's you.
Okay, yeah. Well, I wanted to make sure because I told you too. I was like, dude, it was really spicy. So I don't know if it was because I didn't eat or if
You didn't have any cheese that day?
no, just meat. You think that would do it?
I'm not going near that comment. That one alone.
I'm trying to set you up.
No. It's 2024. You know, we're not doing that. We're not doing those cool things. It's an election year. Like life is complicated this year. We're not doing that. So obviously, this is also one of my favorite cigars. So you have a Habano wrapper, Cameroon binder, Dominican, Nicaraguan, Pennsylvania, and Andullo in the filler.
Wow.
So
Yeah,
it's
that's
definitely complex. You know, there's a lot of different notes. To me, it hits the palate depending where you're at. If you're like a medium smoker and you're still learning, it's just the right enough little spice to intrigue you. If you're a full body guy, it's enough full body for like your first cigar of the day and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, Andullo is definitely a work of art. The history behind this cigar obviously goes with everything. As you can see, the box has red, white, and blue. It's the flag, obviously, for those asking. ADN is the acronym in Spanish for DNA.
Nice.
So it's in our blood, but the cigar speaks for, if it's not broke, don't fix it. So this is the oldest form of cultivating tobacco in the Dominican since the Taino Indians.
Wow.
So you figure they used to throw that log on their shoulder, go village to village, cut it up, chop it, sell it, trade, and stuff like that. Andullo is hand rolled in palm trees and put to age over a series of months and years. It becomes this stiff log that just smells amazing. It gives off very woody, earthy notes and spice. So if you were to smoke a pure grade Andullo, you'd be like, whoa. You would definitely quease up a little bit. I showed you guys the video before we got started. You saw the work of, I mean, it's truly
Yeah.
a work of art, the way they just squeeze the yaguas and stuff like that. One thing that does change in the way this tobacco is fermented is normally, you know, they're hung in the curing barn to go from green, yellow, brown. The cigar is actually brought down mild green to yellowish to allow for it to fold and age into the Yaguas, because obviously it wouldn't. So
To avoid like cracking. You know,
exactly.
Okay.
So it does give off a lot of moisture because it's still fresh. So you saw in the video they do switch it 2 to 3 times. And for those watching, they'll show you a clip of the video and stuff like that. But tell me what you guys think so far. Obviously, you get sweetness from the Cameroon in the binder. You get some great notes off the wrapper, and then obviously you do have Pennsylvania, Nicaraguan, and the Andullo itself in there. So definitely a lot of nice pepper notes and stuff like that.
It's definitely, so far, it's similar to last time, where it's very woody, kind of like you said. I think towards the middle it changed up for me, but I'll let you know what I think the second time. But yeah, definitely woody and a little bit of leathery.
Yeah.
But pretty enjoyable. I do like the band is very unique because it's basically just like the flag, and even the shape of the band that's on there. It's not like symmetrical. It's
It's unique.
yeah, unique, like how a flag would wave though.
I like how you said that.
Yeah, just like
Yeah, I like it though. I'm getting more notes of pepper. Maybe I'm starting to taste all the pepper on
no,
this
there's definitely
episode.
some pepper in there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you guys have tried all different types of tobacco. So Andullo is obviously very common in chewing tobacco and pipe tobacco.
Yeah.
So obviously when you exhale, you also get like that cool sensation of like what it would be like chewing tobacco.
Yeah.
So there's a lot going on. It's very complex cigar. Like I love it.
Yeah, like
It is very complex.
I don't retrohale, but I feel like if I did, it would almost burn.
It does.
Let's talk about that. Why don't you retro?
I don't know. It's just like
That's actually kind of shocking. I feel like you
Yeah.
did.
Like you can't do all this stuff and not retro.
so. I've been trying.
Like
I've
we're
been
about to
trying-
remove
it's-
your microphone, right?
It's more. I think it's more. I just don't feel comfortable doing it. Like, cause I was smoking a Padron actually, and
Oh, you're not flexing there at all.
well, yeah, I was smoking a-
Was it the new one with
50 year.
Carlos Fuente?
I don't know what
Oh,
color
you're
it was.
smiling. You
It was,
weren't. We
It was,
caught
it was
you.
a box press Maduro. So
So like half of them.
yeah,
That's like saying you had an Opus. Okay, which one?
I literally just picked one out. I don't know.
Toro Fuente one.
It's actually, I don't know. It was like the 50 year or something. I don't know.
I don't know. It was like $130. Something. I don't know.
Jeez. Can you
Anyway.
hit the air horn one time? Dun, 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 dun. Alexa, there you go.
But that, we gotta get rid of this guy.
We can fix that
Anyway.
next time.
Anyway,
I thought we had a producer. Like, isn't that?
This is temporary. I usually don't do it.
Anyway, back to my retrohale story. I was
Please.
sitting down working on the computer, and I retrohaled like a little bit, and I'm like, "Oh shoot, I think I could do this." So then I kind of tried teaching myself, and then I forgot.
You want me to do
So-
it with you? Come on. Let's all do it.
Yeah, let's teach you. This is a great teaching moment.
You scared?
Just don't inhale. Just,
Oh, you did it.
Whoa.
did it burn?
A little bit. I'm starting to feel
So
it.
And we have your
was like-
first time on camera.
It was like an afterburn.
the problem is like
Zach's eyes are watery.
I've probably done like 3 videos on how to retrohale, and Zach doesn't watch any of them.
No, I know how to. I know the concept of it. It just.
Have you watched any of his
I don't know.
videos?
No, I haven't. No, I see him
Thank
enough
you for
during the
staying
day.
on topic.
You
That's what I was trying to get to.
You think I want to be in bed looking at this guy?
Nobody said you had to be in bed watching the video.
What the hell?
Yeah, he does it in the shower.
There's 16 other hours in the day that you can scroll through and watch a video. Why you said you had to be in bed?
I was just
like,
thinking about him when I was in bed. I don't know.
oh, this is getting awkward.
Wow.
Glad I brought you a
the sec-
Toro, not a Grand Toro.
But yeah, basically you like best way I describe it is you swallow the smoke.
I hate that thing. I hate. I don't.
Why?
I don't think that's like accurate.
I don't think that's accurate either. I just blow from my
Definitely
nose.
is.
I don't know if I would say swallowing the smoke.
I just blow.
Yeah.
I just blow from my nose and it does.
Yeah, I would say you inhale and then just retro it out through your nose.
But inhaling like confuses people because they're like, I'm not supposed to inhale.
No, you just put it in your mouth and you blow through your nose.
Yeah. It's like yeah. It's like imagine you breathe in through your
Sophisticated
mouth.
words have never been spoken
that's-
before in the
I'm just
history of
gonna
the
say-
cigar.
I should have wrote the book.
Yeah. Let's cross out writer on there. Open Mark Nikolai. Or I'm sorry,
So
author.
I
author,
couldn't
'cause we gotta
retrohale until someone told me, or they explained it to me that way. But before I just couldn't like conceptualize it.
Well, it definitely is another layer and depth of flavors when you retro.
Yeah.
I mean, because you're... Oh, I'm making a mess here. You're
I just clean that table, bro.
You did a great job.
It's every episode.
I mean, your front palate and tongue gets one layer of flavors, and obviously your nose picks up another. So it's definitely a different level. But thank you for retrohitting for the first time on this episode.
Yeah.
Now this will be held up during the grills.
I'm glad we caught it. I was getting nervous. I'm like, all right, switch, and then I blew out.
Did you get any notes from it, or is it kind of like a?
I got tears.
So
That
he
is
picked
a flavor note.
Spice.
The spice, yeah, there we go. The spice. It was like an after spice, though, if that makes sense. You know, like when I retrohaled, I don't want to say I tasted it. I guess I smelt the spices. I don't know. You know, going through your nostrils, but
spirits.
then it hits you. Yeah, the spirits.
For me, a little bit of sweetness follows it.
On a retrohale?
Yeah, I get a spice initially, and then a little bit of sweetness.
You bring up a good point though, Zach. Are you tasting it or are you smelling it?
That is a good, a little bit of both.
I mean, it's your palate. Wouldn't it be both?
I guess so.
Yeah, you gain the whole experience.
I'm glad you could enjoy the entire experience of the cigar.
Me too. Now my lungs need to taste it.
Well, it was a great show. Thank you everybody for watching.
So you said that the tobacco is aged in palm
Yes.
leaves.
Yaguas.
Okay.
So you take obviously all the tobacco itself for Andullo is Dominican. And then there are these huge palm trees, as you saw in the video, are grabbed and it's just lined up. It looks like a giant excuse my language, I hate to say it like this, but it looks like a giant blunt. It's not a blunt, it's palm trees with tobacco in it. Don't light it up. I don't recommend it. Might not work.
You tried? Oh.
I wouldn't know how to even angle that thing. But yeah, so it's very old school. So palm trees, then they squeeze dry with ropes over a period of time before we set that bark to age for about 2 years or so before we touch it and decompress it. I think I said this last time. I have been to every part of the factory except that part that decompresses that log and turns it into long filler. I might have to worry why they don't show me that.
It's above your pay grade, maybe.
Yeah, it's like government classified.
So is that in your? Do you guys do that at your Aurora factory?
So if you were to go to the tour, you will see it in the same room where they age the tobacco. You have pilones, you have the barrels, and then you have this wall of just giant andullos just standing there waiting to be decompressed.
Very cool.
I mean, if you were to smell it, like you get molasses, you get pepper, like you get all kind of things in there. It's
And
beautiful.
you're the only brand that's doing that you know of? or-
So that I'm aware of, and don't fact check me, don't cancel me, everybody out there. I know we're using long filler. I know there's been other projects that have used short filler
Okay.
and stuff like that. I know we've done a few, but I know we're doing long filler on this one. If people have caught up to modern technology now and are doing it, then I want to know because I want to smoke them. But I know we use long filler on this, and obviously the excess that's not used is turned into pipe tobacco and chewing tobacco and stuff like
So
that.
is that the issue why they keep it so secret? Is it's like hard to get the long filler?
I guess. I'll take it to the factory. You can ask them.
All right.
Yeah, that would make sense though, because it's so compressed. It's got to be hard to pull those leaves out.
Yeah, I'd have to imagine they'd have to pump some kind of moisture back in just to unravel it, or if there's pre-existing moisture, you know,
Nobody knows.
no one knows.
They're holding all the keys and secrets to that. It's probably on the back of some
What about the
Dominican
50 grand I gave you last
declaration.
episode to get me that secret? What about that?
What was?
I think the
I'm
reason they
joking,
don't
for
tell
the
you
record.
is because you would come on like a podcast or something
And slip.
then share the secret.
I wouldn't.
And then somebody would come and
There's
be like,
secrets I know about all you guys. I don't share it.
Oh.
It's okay. We've done our research on
Were
you,
you,
too.
were you the guy texting Jared earlier?
Oh, shoot.
Jared, I told you couldn't tell nobody. Why are you
I
letting
never
out our
said who
secret?
it was. You just self-identified yourself.
You guys are always setting me up for failure.
It's okay. You could fail on the podcast as long as you don't fail out in the field.
Wow,
Wow, that's inspirational.
that was deep.
Yeah, that was pretty deep.
You read that on a book today?
It's in the book.
It's in the back somewhere.
Well, I don't have a copy, so I guess I'm stealing that one.
You take it.
This is the hardcover. You can give him the softcover.
Wow.
I don't look like a hardcover kind of guy.
No, you look
Nah, you
kinda
ain't hard
soft.
like that.
Wow. I'm offended, and I don't
Dang,
offend
he
easily.
just called you soft, man.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take that.
Unraveling the anatomy of a premium cigar. To be continued.
In volume 2, we'll add ADN maybe.
We got to get you to the factory.
Absolutely.
That way you can see everything and go out to the fields and stuff.
That'd be cool.
I think
we
it's
do-
cool. One of the things I love about it is how they bring the tobacco fresh. Like most people are just used to everything hanging, turning brown, and then bringing it. The fact that they bring it with yellowish still in it, and then it aged into this wonderful flavoring thing, it's just an art. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I say cigars is art meets science because it's really incredible the way things come together.
Yeah, part of the conversation I wanted to talk about too is where you see like the industry going in terms of ingenuity and making things different, because obviously if you keep producing the same thing for so long, people might get tired of it. And there's all these other companies and brands that are trying new things with cigars, different blends. Obviously this is new to the market. So we could kind of dive into that a little bit.
We're in the marketing era of cigars. I mean, when it comes to the blenders and what they do, you know, there's a science and an art to them. You know, such percentages of this, such percentages of that creates this. So obviously it's all of what are you trying to make and what is it you're looking for? You're looking for a mild, a medium, a full body, and the rest is packaging. How do you promote it? How do you market it? I mean, we're in the digital era.
Mhm.
You know, everything needs a story. Everything has to be told by some way. You know, if you look around, some of the best cigars have, you know, incredible packaging, great marketing schemes. You know, like it's welcome to 2024. Everything's
Yeah.
marketing.
Yeah, for sure. Especially with all the different brands out there, yours needs to stand out. You know, like a box like this is going to be easier seen than just, you know, the cedar box or, you know, something that's
I mean,
more
you
traditional.
guys go to a lot of different lounges everywhere across the state. Different humidors, different sizes, different appeal. There's some humidors that don't do boxes. They've gone the wooden shelf way.
Yeah.
Does a cigar stand out on a shelf?
It's hard.
You know,
Yeah.
if you're not like in a tubo or you have something that black, you know, and then you put this box, okay, it could stand out in a place like Corona. But even then, when you have those superstores like that, like, how do you really stand out
Right.
with
Yeah.
1,800 facings around you?
Yeah.
No, it's easy to get lost. I mean, I go in there all the time and I'm like, I don't know what I want to smoke. And I walk around for 10 minutes like, I can't decide.
Yeah. When you're presented too many options, you know, it's hard to make that decision. Then we always go back to the basic.
Yeah.
What's your favorite lounge around here?
I like them all.
Good answer.
Ooh, you try,
Oh,
you try to
good
trip him
salesman.
up there. Dang.
I like them all.
But we do have a lot of good lounges in the
We do,
area.
yeah.
Like Orlando, Greater Orlando.
Yeah.
They're all really nice.
Like if you're in downtown Orlando, it's.
I
Corona.
mean,
if you're in Winter Park,
lounges all depends where you're at. Obviously, you have your home lounge, which is the one you're going to go to that's probably within a 5-10 mile radius of your house.
yeah.
And then you have the spots that are on the way of wherever you're at. So
Exactly.
the Cigar Crave hit you and you're on I-4, you're passing Clearmount, all right, you're going to go to Old Times. If
Yeah.
you're down Tampa, you know, you're going to hit up some of the shops. It all depends where you're at.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have some great lounges and some great store owners just within our Orlando 407 area.
Yeah, we do. We have a lot of lounges. Good lounges, too.
And that's my politically correct answer, and we're going with that.
So, Jay, what were you going to say?
You basically already answered it, but I'll say if you had to put a top 3 of your favorite.
Lounges?
Yeah.
That's still a bad
Okay. No.
Still a bad look.
What is
No,
your,
I mean,
what
it-
is
it's
your
You know how
top-
many,
it's-
how many lounges this guy goes to?
You
Like,
don't have to answer.
Yeah,
It's
what's
tough
your
'cause I
favorite
cover
podcast?
from... Bro, there's these guys in Orlando. I mean, they don't retro help, but they're pretty cool people. It's a lot. Every city has
Yeah.
their own niche on their lounges, you know. Like, if you need me on Sunday, I'll be in New York, and all next week, I'll be in New England. They got some
Wow.
great lounges up there, too. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
city, it's its own little world.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's crazy, you know, like, 'cause I travel a lot for work and going to different cigar lounges on how many ways you could set up a cigar lounge. You know, you see like Corona compared to Cigars on the Ave. And then when I was in Kansas, there was one that was a brewery. So they actually made beer. Outlaw, yeah.
So they have a brewery, and then next door, if you go through the doors, they have a concert
The
hall.
concert hall, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kirk did a great job. But you walk in and you're like, oh my God, where do I start?
Yeah, it was beautiful, yeah.
And then his other location used to be in Olive Garden.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
It's a great shop over
Wait,
there.
it used to be In and Olive Garden? What are you saying?
It
used
is-
to be
it-
Olive
the
Garden.
building was an Olive Garden
Oh,
restaurant
gotcha,
turned
gotcha.
cigar lounge. But the
Oh.
layout, everything, the way it was an Olive Garden. So you just imagine square footage.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Massive.
Yeah. He only has that one store, though, that serves alcohol.
Yeah.
And that's in like a warehouse sort of thing.
Well, like, you went to one in Utah as well, and that was a whole nother issue just because the laws out there.
Oh,
A
yeah.
Beehive?
I don't know. Beehive?
Yeah.
So I'll describe it and maybe.
Well, I think one of the ones out there is Beehive, but they got crazy smoking laws out there.
Yeah, so
were you even allowed to smoke inside?
kind of.
Yeah, like there's
So what
there's
they
a lot of
do-
stuff going on.
Yeah, so what they do is they don't allow smoking inside unless there's some sort of event going on, and it can't be in the cigar shop. So when I bought a cigar, I'm like, "Can I smoke in here?" And they're like, "No, but you can walk around back." And I walked around back, and they had a warehouse connected to it. And you walk inside the warehouse, and it was a beautifully furnished. Like they had a upstairs VIP area. Everyone brought in alcohol, and they're just sharing it with each other. They catered food, and they had an event. So every day they do a different cigar event for, whatever. They're like, oh, La Aurora is on sale, even though it's not, whatever. And then you could go out back and smoke.
Different state, different rules.
It's crazy. But then, you go to Michigan. So we're in a shop in Michigan. You can't have a cigar shop that doesn't serve food. It has to be a restaurant that's a cigar shop. And then if you smoke cigarettes in there, they could shut you down. No smoking cigarettes, just cigars.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Great rule.
True, yeah, because I mean, here we can't do the food in the same building and all that.
Well, there's a few locations that have it.
Yeah, but technically it's separate. That's how you
Because I
gotta
know
get around
one
it.
of the shops in Jackson was grandfathered in.
Okay,
So
yeah.
Aromas does have beer, wine, tobacco,
They do have
and food.
They do, yeah. That's where you and I went, or did you and I go there? I don't know. I can't tell them apart. But we went there in Jacksonville.
I can tell them apart. He's retro-held. He just did it today for the first time. His beard speaks like he's retro-held. You see the difference?
Ah, that's the secret.
Don't worry. Next time you're on here, my beard's going to be big, Because I retrohead this episode.
But yeah, it's crazy the different laws in each state. But yeah, I mean, you go to Michigan, nice restaurant, full bar.
And we went to one was it New York or technically New Jersey? I don't know, where we couldn't smoke inside. Or it had to be a members only lounge for you to be able to smoke inside. And like,
There's a lot of members.
This is the
only.
last time we went up.
yeah, do you remember? But then if we bought a cigar, you had a day pass to their members only lounge. It was like,
Was it? This wasn't Soho, was it?
I really don't remember.
Grand Habano, like 50th floor. Were you up there with?
No, I'm not. With DJT?
So you mentioned England?
New England.
New England,
New England. Oh, okay.
That's
Boston.
Yeah.
New Hampshire.
I didn't hear the new part.
that's over here.
It's on this side of the lake.
The better
Yeah.
England.
They don't tax you for your tea there.
But yeah, like New Hampshire specifically, they have a lot of cigar shops too. I mean,
And no taxes.
yeah, exactly.
Where Mass is very high tax.
Yeah.
So you take it, just for math purposes, you take that New Fuente cigar, roughly about $1.78, I think, is the MSRP. Up there,
Yeah.
you're looking at $2.60 because of like 65% tax.
Yeah, when we were in New York, when my cousin got married, we got curly heads just at a cigar shop over there, Dad's Cigar. And it was, what, 100, ended up being like $160 for a box of curly heads, which over here it's like $60, $70. I'm like, paying more than double.
That adds up quick.
Yeah.
That's why I always tell people, like, oh, I'm like, listen, different states, different taxes. You got to be able to market. It's very important. How do you market in those states? Like, how do you help them?
Yeah,
Like, how do you go over that? So,
it's a good point.
oh, you guys are like halfway in. What do you think?
I like it. It mellowed out for me.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Yeah, the pepperness kind of went away, and it got a lot more, like, smoother, a little bit more creamier.
Yeah, now it's definitely sweeter now and towards the middle. I told you last time I'm trying to find it now, but I tasted like this weird like banana flavor when I was smoking the last one.
I think you had Dominican food before. You probably had plátano maduros or something for lunch.
Yeah, you probably yeah.
Might be the case, yeah. But yeah, it's good. Spices died down. Yeah, it's definitely smoother towards the middle.
That's why I say it's enjoyable by all means. It is complex, so your average smoker probably wouldn't pick it up, but it's
Yeah.
still enjoyable by all means for any range of smoker.
For sure. And I mean, your guys' stuff is leaning, I would say, medium to full, for sure.
Yeah, mine is very big on full flavor, not full body. Cigars that are enjoyable by everybody at any given chance. Because even our preferidos, like the Connecticut broadleaf, it's medium plus.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I would say the Ruby would be the more fuller one, just because the wrapper is Brazilian. So Arapiraca, you get a lot of tobacco taste off those wrappers, but a lot of flavor also. But in my opinion, that would probably be the most fullest one.
Okay, yeah.
Where broadleaf is still, and for me, broadleaf is like cheese. If I pick up the cigar and it smells weird, like I want it, just like cheese. The weirder it smells, the better it tastes.
Those ones you gave me the other week, super oily. Like, that was a really good cigar. That wrapper was, you smoked that one.
Yeah, it was good.
It was with me and Kissimmee, so you had that fresh Kissimmee spot on it.
Oh, that's what it was. How's the feedback from everyone else on this cigar yet?
Well, the cigar's been out for a while, so it does well in the stores that have brought it on. Just like everything, some cigars have better tractions than other, but it's been out for a while. It was slated to be only a DR release when it was released at Pro Cigar, which is why it's ADN. And then, as he pointed out, it says DNA on the side. It was not a
I do
typo.
see that.
It was not a typo.
No, it was a typo. They just rolled with it.
It got great traction over there, and the success that it had in Europe and all that, it was brought to us in the U.S. market. But it's done great. I love it a lot. I always have it with me. To me, it's just one of those great tasting cigars that I can repeat. Obviously, I'm still heavy on 120,
Yeah,
and I'm heavy on anything broadleaf and stuff like that. But it's in the rotation.
Yeah, I think for me, with your guys' brand, the 120 is always the one that I look at. I'm like, ooh, I think that's what I'm going to go with. That's been my favorite recently. That or the 107 Nicaragua.
Ooh,
It depends. Depends on the day.
I really like this one, actually. I think this one might be a new favorite.
see, I like this guy right here. He knows what he's talking about.
Well, I like it because the flavor changes.
Why do you have to
throughout.
overshadow him? Like
I'm agreeing.
Well, I
with
love
him.
it.
taking his thunder.
They just like to copy me, is what it is.
All right, tell them why you like it.
Older brother, you know.
What do you like specifically about it, huh?
I just like how it starts off peppery and then it mellows out to like a sweetness.
Okay.
So it changes the flavor. It keeps you interested throughout the cigar.
Sibling Wars live.
You guys are about to see a fight.
Your move.
So I like how the complexity of the cigar. How you get notes of pepper with the touch of cream on it, and then towards the middle it smoothens out.
So you're saying the
And
same
then-
thing he did. You're just adding bigger words.
I wouldn't even say I'm adding bigger words. I think I'm just
Using complexity, sweeter tones.
I'm just adding filler words. You know why? Because cigars have fillers, right?
Okay.
It's all coming together.
You're going somewhere. You're going to the top.
The top of what? I don't know, but
probably some mark could push me off or something.
No, and the draw on the cigar is great. You get a lot of smoke. So.
You didn't let me finish.
Oh, okay. No, go on.
That's what you were saying next?
And then
I stole your thunder again.
You know,
Jeez.
the output of smoke that goes.
max volume.
It's max volume with little resistance.
Wow.
That is true, though.
I'm going to
It's a
use
good
that on
draw.
a post later on this week.
Max volume, little resistance. Essentially,
This is why they hired an aerospace engineer.
essentially, what this guy's saying is it's got a smooth draw, and you can get a lot of smoke out of it.
You know what? Yeah, I think that's going to be a TikTok series. Just me overcomplicating everything, and then you or Mark coming on the back end and just be like, "Said it's a good stick."
90% of cigar smokers. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. Listen, I had a cigar the other day, and I won't. Yeah. Anyway, I had a cigar the other day.
It was Aurora. No.
Alex asked me about it, and he's like, "How do you like that cigar? It's a $20 cigar," and I'm like, it's like okay, but I wasn't getting anything off of it. No flavor notes, no nothing. So I'm like looking back down at it. And I look at Alex. I'm gonna be honest. I kind of forgot I was smoking just because it's so just bland, nothing. Like for $20, especially when he told me the price, I didn't even know the price.
You could say it. We'll bleep it out later.
No, it's okay. It's not like a popular brand or anything.
Yeah,
But he's like, oh, it's all right, and then I said it's $20. He goes, oh, it's not good.
Listen, we come across all kind of problems with cigars. That could have been the bad one in the group. You estimate 1 in
they all
25.
agreed.
No, we all had one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there goes that. But I was saying, 1 in 25 can go wrong. It's still a handmade product.
Yeah.
You can grab the one that's not drawing, has a
Yeah.
knot inside,
We say that
stuff
all
like
the time. Like, if you get a box of 20 and one's bad, that's a great batch.
Yeah.
Because, some of them are like, if you have 5 bad cigars, it's like, okay, maybe there's an issue. But
But I mean, it could happen.
yeah, exactly.
But if they all
Yeah.
agreed that you guys were smoking the same, whatever, then that's a problem.
For sure.
Sure.
But I think that's what the guy wanted for his cigar. Is something very, very like light body, very light flavor.
Because it is something that if you're out drinking and you really don't care, it's something that you could smoke, because you're not gonna be tasting anything. You're just out doing whatever. But
Yeah,
also for that price point.
But I
I
mean,
said our cigars were really heavy.
True.
And our
And
cigars
you've had
are
ours.
like, you had ours. They're not heavy at all.
yours is a solid medium.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
yeah.
call it mild by any means.
Yeah. I would say it's mild, little medium.
So I think our cigar is a true medium.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Where like
You know what I mean?
if you smoke cigars often, you're
Because
gonna
I've
say
had
it's a
different
mild
sizes
cigar.
and they all have the same range profile. It's not like you pick
Yeah.
up one Vitola gives off a little more spice than the other or anything
Yeah.
like that. It's solid medium.
Yeah. I think the market in the US, there's a lot of like full body smokers and they really just want to get
But see,
like
that's
the buzz
misleading.
and all that.
That's misleading. Yes, everybody says the U.S. market is full body, but Connecticut Wrappers is still the number 1 selling cigar no matter what.
True.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's wild.
I don't know who that
How do you guys do in the European
I'm
market?
just saying, like
No,
you
you're
guys
right,
hang out
though.
at shops and people go in and you see them taking Connecticut's. Like it's still a Connecticut selling world. You need a good Connecticut in your portfolio.
I think the issue is people just want to have something to say.
Yeah. So how do you guys do in the European market?
Great.
Yeah.
They do great over there. I don't know the specifics, so that's a separate branch. But I know that Europe has led the way for a long time when it came to, La Aurora and stuff like that, and now the U.S. is coming
Yeah.
along nicely.
Well, and you guys, you're the first factory in the Dominican Republic.
We are
correct?
the oldest
the oldest.
Dominican factory making cigars since 1903, going on 121 years this year.
Wow.
So I'd like to say they found their niche somewhere along the line.
Oh, for sure.
I
I'd
sure
say
hope so.
probably at like the 109, 110 mark.
The 107. Apparently, that's a very popular cigar. But yeah.
107 just went through a rebranding. If you see it in the shelves, it changed. So now everything has a different color. It's red with gold, and then has a secondary band that goes with the country of origin of each cigar. Since we are promoting what we call tobaccos across the world, so the Ecuador has a red. Obviously, the Maduro has a black band that says USA, and the Nicaragua will get the same treatment. So obviously, you have 107 Ecuador, 107 USA, which is the Maduro, and then 107 Nicaragua, and then that leads to future projects and whatever extensions they might want to do and stuff like that. So
Yeah, that's awesome.
I think I did notice that. I was like, something different about this cigar. Couldn't tell what it was, though.
it went from white to bright red.
Okay, yeah.
Well, everything he sees is red right now, so
True. It's
Yeah,
all the
he got
same.
these new glasses.
I'll tell you what, though. Once you put... After, like, 2 minutes, like, you can't tell the difference. It's really not that much tinted.
That's how I feel about my gold ones, and then I take them off, and I'm like,
Oh, yeah. If I take them off, everything looks green.
yeah.
But
Is there any reason for the pink glasses?
they're, like...
I understand March
light
was like Women's
sensitivity.
Month and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but
no. It's supposed to be, like, for migraines and stuff. So, it's like a light sensitivity
Little
kind of
does
thing.
he know we're the ones causing his migraines.
I was about to say,
it's
looking
not-
around, like you got the best 4 people to give you a mic right here.
I know.
Myself included.
I know. I'm just trying to help, like, deflect it in any way possible.
We're just gonna start breaking all the rules and move everything around.
That's what they
That'll do it.
He's gonna come to the show next time and be like, I don't like this table where it's at. Let me just go ahead and move it.
Just move all the cameras. Like,
Well, Zach last week was asking for a measuring tape, and I'm like, "What do you need it for?" He's like, "Don't worry about it." And I'm freaking out. I'm like, "What are you doing?"
I didn't say don't worry about it. I don't really need it.
That's
now,
the same
Now he
thing.
comes in looking around. What changed? What changed?
Yeah. He still hasn't figured it out.
That's why he has a migraine. It's driving him
1 week
crazy.
consistent migraine. What are some like challenges that you've seen, whether it's in your company or just the industry in general, that you've kind of like encountered, if any?
I think right now some of the challenges everybody is facing is just supply and demand. At some point post COVID, everyone has hit a snag with tobacco.
Yeah.
So it's just maintaining that steady flow with your partners, whether it be for boxing, tobacco. You know, it's like supply chains are just everyone's going through it in some way or another.
Yeah.
So I would say steady flow. You know, maintaining. Luckily, we've been blessed. We haven't had any crazy back orders and stuff like that. But I mean, you hear stories, people talk.
Yeah. No, for
and,
sure.
and everybody's gone through. Oh, you know, I had 2 or 3 months short of this broadleaf or this tobacco that I use in the filler, or you know, this component that we use. Like, you know, it's just hard right now. Like,
Yeah.
everyone's going through it, and obviously it's an election year, so everyone's on the defense right now. Everyone's kind of like, what are we doing? Everyone's frozen. So, like, you know, just hold on and we'll get through it. Election year is always rough
Yeah.
for the economy anyway, because what's happening, what's going to happen, you know.
Everyone's freaking out.
Yeah, people hate uncertainty, so you know they're just holding off. I mean, even at stores lately, we've been seeing that it's been slower. You know,
It has to be. But you knew that coming in.
Yeah,
And
exactly. Yeah.
obviously, the great COVID boom is over. You know, is the
Yeah.
adaptation of we're going back to what life was 2019.
yeah,
There's an inflation, you know, just everything. It's just one of those years. So
Yeah.
make the best of what you got. I hope, you know, everybody was smart with all the extra money they made, and just hold on, and you know, we'll bounce back. We always do.
Yeah, of course.
We'll always figure out a way.
yeah.
But I would say that would be one of the biggest problems. I'm sure, you know, you talk to a lot of different people that are in the game, and I would say supply and demand right now, like consistent flow of product and stuff like that.
Yeah, it depends too. Like, I mean, you have the cigars for one, maybe the bands or the boxes, and it depends on if you outsource some of that stuff or if you do it all in house. But yeah, there's a lot of different variables when it comes to making one box. So one thing gets delayed, and it's like,
I do see a change with stores and like events, like they're your traditional buy a box get a swag, like that's still good, but now stores are catering more to the experience. You know, I think you see it when you guys are out there, like, yeah, you know, let's fill up the table, but now it's more like let's cater more to like 30-40 people and give them this type of experience,
Yeah.
rather it be a pairing or a seminar or something like that. You know, definitely events are changing,
yeah,
and the experience of what the store and the line provides to the consumer.
I think it's a good point. And kind of the same thing, and we were talking about one of these places, is a lot of these new lounges are kind of going for the really, like, I don't want to say modern, but high end, like luxury kind of feel. So that way you go into a lounge and feel like you're in a super fancy place. Like the London House that opened up over in Sand Lake.
I haven't been. I hear stuff. I've seen
Yeah.
pictures. It looks beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
That beautiful.
So
I know
I
it's
think,
linked to a restaurant or something, so it's like a private.
Yeah, so they have the drawing room, which is their cigar side, then fine dining restaurant, and then a bar / nightclub.
Oh, wow. Like in Miami, we just got what is it? Red Phone Booth opened up. I don't know if you're familiar with it. There's one in
like a speakeasy kind of thing.
Yeah,
or-
so it's a
okay.
speakeasy. You need a code. It's like a phone booth, and then it's a bar, and then they sell cigars. And they got a couple of different locations. Miami just got one like that too. Cool concept. Like you say, it's speakeasy. It's private.
Hey, next time we go, we're down to go. So
To a speakeasy or to Miami?
both.
I don't know if I trust you in a speakeasy right now.
I've been to several.
They've let him in. It's okay.
Yeah, I mean they kick them out, but
No,
they
but that's
let 'em
another thing too. Like a lot of the speakeasy kind of places are.
Oh,
there's more and
speakeasy is
more
the new
opening up.
crave now. Like,
Yeah.
oh my
Yeah,
God, what's
sure.
it? It's social media.
for
Yeah.
sure.
How do you go trendy?
Yeah.
Get,
goes
a bunch
cool.
of,
It's
get
like-
a bunch of bloggers in here and, you know, get them posting, and let's be
Yeah.
the trendy thing.
Yeah, I think the only problem with like speakeasies, I'd say in this area is I feel like a lot of them are like too small. Not in like downtown Orlando too much. Like what Mathers, you know,
Mathers, yeah.
is pretty
Big
big.
one.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
But the concept and design of speakeasy is to be more private and
It feels
Yeah,
exclusive.
it's
That's why
supposed to
people
be
like it.
exclusive. That's what they sell you.
But if you go to like if you go to London House, which I know they dumped, you know, a shit ton of money in it.
Can you
know,
use the S word on a podcast?
I do.
Okay.
We can use whatever fucking word we want.
Meanwhile, Alex is like, God, I got to bleep all these words.
Actually, so-
get a headache.
It's a weird rule with YouTube. It can't be within the first 7 seconds of the video.
Good thing we passed that already.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's just a weird rule.
Because my mind is always in my radio background, so it's like the 3 words, the
Yeah.
6 forbidden words. and
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
how you say it; it's the context in which you use it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But all right, on that note, fuck shit, bitch. Okay, I got it all out.
Well, I go on the radio every Thursday with Don Miller, and it's the same thing. It's like you can't say certain words. So I said something that was like alluding to a sexual thing, And then the guy across from me said it like straight up. And the producer turned around and unplugged it like to get that. He's like, "What? He just said it." I'm like, "No. It's how I said it. You don't use the actual word."
He doesn't have like a dump button he hits and it just erases the last 8 seconds.
Pretty much, yeah.
What he's saying is it's only okay if Alex says it.
Because he has the pink glasses.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
it. Yeah.
He supports women.
I'm getting pink glasses for the next time I'm on here.
We'll all get different colored ones. No, but the drawing room, like at London House, that has a feel of like a speakeasy sort of thing, but then it also has like the feel of it being small and exclusive, but it's huge. It's massive.
Yeah.
It's as big as Matters?
Bigger.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
More seating for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and the outside
Oh, yeah, they
patio
haven't-
too. I mean,
yeah.
there's probably almost as much seating inside as there is outside.
I will have to pass by and check it out.
Yeah, it's a beautiful spot.
Yeah, we're
It
due
is-
to go back. We gotta have another meeting,
Yeah.
more official meeting, as they say.
You love your meetings.
Yeah,
He does love his meetings.
And his cutter lights.
Yeah.
anything for a tax write-off, bro. Like,
He sends us schedules, he's so happy about it.
Do you
Yeah.
you don't look the type that follows a schedule.
shockingly, he's been following it.
I've been doing better. I've been working on it.
This is the guy that
It's
doesn't
me.
follow
It's
it.
me. I'll totally forget about it.
He'll show up to an event and be like, "Why are we all wearing cowboy hats?" I'm like, "Bro, it's country night."
So I'm the guy that will follow a schedule, but I will not confirm with you that I'm gonna follow the schedule.
True.
Like I'll just show up. If you told me to be there at 6:30, I'm not gonna text you the same day and,
And
be
then
like,
they wonder why you get migraines.
I know.
I can't imagine why.
Yeah, see, I confirm it and then I forget about it.
At least you confirm.
Yeah,
you, you click accept on the email when you get it.
At the end of the day, though, I'd rather him show up and not confirm it than him confirm it and forget the next day.
and
It almost sounds like you rather him show up than him.
Yo, what's going on right now?
Depends on the day. Depends on the mood.
I'm just starting to pop.
the way
Like,
I look at it is, they're not expecting me because I did not confirm anything. So when I show up, they're happy. When Mark
Mind
says,
games.
"Oh, I'm gonna be there at 5:30," yeah, I'll see you guys there. Shows up at 6, then everyone's just pissed at him. Even if I showed up late, they'll be like, "Oh, Zach, you came. I didn't think you were coming." I'm
I'm gonna start a group chat. I'm just gonna annoy you guys and make you all guys show up at time for my next event.
You gotta be here at 2:00. It's not the event's not until 7.
I mean, you're gonna get there at 5 anyway. So.
That's what I did. I started telling them earlier times.
But then we caught on, and then we just started showing up late anyway.
So you're about entering your final third. The spice should start building up again right around there.
A little bit, yeah. It is, yeah.
You're late. You got like another few puffs before you get there.
I know, but earlier I said I was getting max output. I'm getting even more output right now.
Actually, I really like this.
How would you phrase that? You already said you were getting maximum output.
He's getting super maximum.
Yeah.
Like you hit a mushroom in Mario World.
It's called exceeding expectations.
Oh,
Oh, look at that.
Big words.
I'm gonna have to use a copy of this podcast so I can build my vocabulary.
That's why he wrote the book.
Can I have your autographs?
Yes.
Can I be a groupie?
I think it says I was a contributor.
First groupie.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Look, and he put me last.
Because you showed up late.
Yeah.
It's alphabetical. That was the only fair way to do it.
Alphabetical.
I try. It is alphabetical. Your name technically starts with a Z.
Technically or literally?
Maybe
both.
whatever. One of those.
If
Yeah,
you
I
had
think
like a
both
different
work.
last name than him, then maybe. But because look, you can't argue last names either because you share the same last name, but you have a first name that starts with Z. So
Can't deny that.
I've covered all my bases.
Yeah.
He has a point.
I'm not disagreeing with him. I'm just not agreeing with him.
I feel like that's a trait you probably use a lot. Like I don't want to agree with him. I don't disagree with him, but I don't want to sit there and say that I agree or that he's
Exactly.
right.
He
Yeah.
doesn't. He never publicly agrees with me.
And I'm sure he never really says you're right.
No.
I don't think I've ever even said those words in my life.
You have some great friends.
I know. Applications for new friends.
Denied.
Fair. So you've said this is one of your favorite cigars
Yes.
right now.
I mean, they're all my favorites. But no, I've
If you
loved the
could pick-
ADN since.
From La Aurora, this one and then two others that right now Because it
Right
always
now?
changes. Right
Right
now are your favorites.
Putting me on the spot. I don't like that. Obviously 120.
Fair.
And I got to try it in a European only size that came in a Lancero.
Oh,
quite amazing.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's
Way to
good.
just
They didn't bring that over here.
We can't talk about those stuff. But definitely 120, and I'm a broadleaf guy, bro. So I prefer a broadleaf diamond.
Nice.
But I do love my 107 Nicaragua. The 107 regular Ecuador does come in a Lancero size. I'll be pushing a little bit more since we
okay.
got
Yeah.
our allotment in and stuff like that. So
That's my favorite size to smoke. It's a
Lancero?
Yeah.
it's a very hit or miss size for people. Like, I feel like the general consensus of the U.S. market, C Lancero is like, eh.
Yeah.
But then, no, not offending anybody, but you have what I call us cigar nerds and geeks. Like, we go for Coronas and Lanceros just because,
Yeah.
the draw, the flavor, and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's not that popular of a stick, but yeah, exactly. If you know what you're talking about.
I think a casual smoker might not like it as much versus somebody that smokes all the time.
I always look for them in a humidor, because most of the time, like when you're in a humidor and you see like one-off Lanceros, that means they probably bought it in a bulk deal, and that Vitola was just thrown in there. So that box has been sitting there
Yeah.
a year or two, and it's just been aging.
Good point.
Yeah, for a while, I mean, we were Corona hopping because we knew what cigars sold at which locations, and we knew some of the cigars everyone smokes over at Heathrow. They don't smoke in downtown because downtown, has a lot more people who are just drinking. So we would go over there and
I like
buy,
how he worded that. Like, just drink.
They're just casually smoking,
But I mean, we would, back when we would smoke Davidoff all the time, we would find
You were smoke what?
Davidoff.
Oh, thought I heard something else. I was like,
Back when we had a lot of money and no responsibilities.
Exactly.
and now
Not a lot of money and a lot of responsibilities.
that sucks.
Hey, adult life, I guess.
I guess it's same money, but more responsibilities. So it feels like less money.
But yeah, so we would find cigars over there that their cellophane was just yellowed to shit because, it's good, but
Yeah. We found cigars from like 2009.
Have we?
Yeah.
Like in the shop?
Yeah.
I would say 2019, but if we
no,
have
in Heathrow, right?
oh that one, I think it was a warped or not a warped. It was
It was some random cigar. I forgot.
man, yeah.
Every
right, though, you're
store
right.
has their hidden gems that's just there.
Yeah.
Which is some that just people forgot about, and the employees forgot about.
Yeah.
The problem is once the employees find out, then they
It's
buy
over.
them all.
Yeah, it's over.
I've learned you can never tell Matt at Heathrow something is good, because then he's gonna take it.
Yeah,
Sorry, Matt.
it's true though. Matt Denny. Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're right. Mine.
You come in the next day, he's like, "Oh yeah, they're all gone. I bought them. Took them home. You son of a bitch."
So what else, guys? Come on.
Are there any upcoming projects that you can share details on, or
All confidential.
Yeah. Sorry. We can talk about it off mic, but there are some stuff that we have in the pipeline that we'll be working on. I'm excited about one of them. And you'll smoke it, and you'll be like, this is what you were talking about. But obviously, this year is a transitional year for everybody, because you think about it, PCA was moved from July, June to March.
Yeah.
So you had TP in January. You had PCA in March, so you really don't have a lot of time in between for projects and stuff like that when you're turning it around that quick. I think next year you'll see a lot more new releases and stuff like that. I even think if you look at what companies were doing throughout the show, everybody was really safe. No one
Yeah.
did nothing new, crazy and stuff like that. But I think going forward next year, you'll see new Vitolas, new projects, new releases, new blends and stuff like that.
Like it.
yeah, that's true. I heard based on what we've seen, this PCA was definitely a little more tamed compared to the last year. There was still a lot of new stuff that came out, but I think for last year it was kind of like a really, really big year, as everyone was saying.
I think next year is going to be interesting because New Orleans.
I'm happy it's there though. To be honest.
You're happy it's there?
Yeah,
Why?
because I just didn't want to fly to Vegas.
Just because it's closer is the main
You're gonna
reason.
drive it?
Yeah. No, I'm still gonna fly there, but it's a 2-hour flight.
I'm gonna drive it. The
Yeah,
truck
it's gonna be
full of
interesting
all
if
our
there's a
stuff.
lot of current smoking bans. So are they gonna lift it? Like, what can you do around the city?
That's true.
Yeah,
That's
I don't
true.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So I know they're lifting it at the convention, obviously, for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what about in the outskirts, like restaurants and stuff
Yeah.
like that?
Well, so like for this last PCA, did you go out at night afterwards, or were you kind of just like, pretty much done at a certain time and you went to bed because you were working all day?
No, so I mean, obviously everybody was divided because we were at the convention center, Las Vegas. We weren't at the Sands Expo, where, for good or for bad, the Sands Expo is great because you have the Venetian, the Palazzo that can pretty much host everybody. So you know that walking around, you have all these little bars that everybody's going to be congregating at. But for the most part, staying at Resort World is very smoker friendly. Like, there's not a place in that resort when you're on the main floor that you can't smoke at. Like, once you go into restaurants, it's different.
Yeah.
But you come out the elevator, you can light up in the hall, and you can up and down the casinos, the sports books, everything. Obviously, everyone was either at Gatsby's or the Crystal Bar. You can smoke up and down each place, where at the Venetian, like, you can only smoke once you're at that specific bar, and you got to put it out. And if you're leaving the expo, then you have to dump it where, for the most part, the weather was great. If you were wanting to walk the 25-minute down, you kept your cigar lit and you would walk down the strip down back to the hotel, depending where you were staying at. But
That's true. You didn't have to deal with the heat this time.
I mean, Vegas, when it's not 115, is not a bad town.
Yeah.
Still not my favorite, but it's doable.
Yeah, I was out there like 2-3 years ago, I think, during the hottest times, and we were trying to walk through all the casinos when we were walking in the strip, just because of how hot it was. I mean, we were only there for a day and a half, and I think half of us got sunburned, just because of how intense the sun was.
I walked out once, like in the summertime, and out of the Venetian. I don't even think I made it to the Wynn over the bridge. I thought my shoes were gonna melt. And it smelled like bacon. It was probably me, but it's it's like the smell of bacon and my shoes are about to burn. Like, I'm done. But me and Vegas just don't get along. By the end of the first day, I feel like I made out with a pineapple. By day 2, I got beat up and I got nosebleed. Like, it's just, we don't get along. It's just, we don't get along. I'd rather walk 80 miles in New York over 2.5 days than to be in Vegas.
True. Yeah. Yeah, the weather's a big deal. If it's nice out, you can just walk forever.
Like, New Orleans is great for food. I love, but it's just going to be interesting with the city and what they allow for cigars. So
Yeah.
hopefully this time next year we come back and we're like, oh, it's a great thing and a great experience, and they lifted the bans and we were able to have fun. But
Yeah.
it's tough because everyone's divided. So what is going to be the center hub for everybody to congregate and stuff like that?
Yeah. I wish they did it in Tampa. That would be cool.
Is there enough space? And that's what it comes down
Yeah,
to. Is there
that's true.
enough space? I mean, obviously that's why they won't come back to Orlando, because you have just the Hilton,
Yeah.
and then Orlando would be great too if they brought it back here.
Yeah. I mean, they have a lot of different convention centers that I think could host everyone. It's just it's spread out from everything. That's the issue.
Yeah, but would they allow you to smoke in it too? Probably not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Will they let you wear pink glasses?
No, definitely not.
That's an important question.
What?
Yeah.
Yellow glasses it is. But yeah, I mean, let's see. Cool. We made the mark. We're good. Final words.
It was great being back. You guys are definitely growing with every time I come back. I'll get pink glasses for the next episode. Congratulations on being published. I would hate to see what you're gonna be like when you get a bestseller, but we'll deal with that when you can. Congratulations on retrohaling.
Thank you.
I'm glad I was here for your cherry poppy moment.
I know. It's a
I'm
big
always
deal.
gonna hold this episode dear. I thought the first one being my first, but this one
No.
special. Thank you for being on time.
Yeah, you're welcome. I do that for you.
Wow. But thank you. It's always fun. I hope you guys enjoyed the cigar. Hope you guys give it a try. Go pick it up at your local brick and mortar. Tell them I sent you. If you like it, let them know. If you don't, shh, don't tell them. Final words?
Yes. Thank you very much for coming. And we'll see you guys next time.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of the Cigar Guys podcast. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date with all the latest episodes. Looking for short form content? Check out all our social media accounts in the description below. And now, a final word from our sponsors.